Hey, Miles Hill, and welcome to Soul Food, our weekly meditation. We're continuing our series called If Jesus, and this week we looked at if Jesus was tempted. Now, temptation has been around really since the earth has begun, since it was created. Ever since we've had any kind of choice where we can choose to do good or bad, right or wrong, fall into temptation or resist. And we see this right at the beginning in the book of Genesis with Adam and Eve, tempted into taking of the fruit. And really, ever since then, every person that we read about within the Bible struggled with this issue. And it's pretty clear from our own life that we struggle with those areas too, that there may be some days where we seem to do well, and there are other days where we just fall back into those same patterns, those same temptations, those same sins. Now, Jesus himself was tempted, the Bible tells us that, but he never fell into sin. So the big idea is, how can we learn from Jesus to not fall into temptation, into the snare of it, where it actually falls from temptation into sin? So we've got a couple of key verses this week. First one is John 15:9-11, and it says this: "As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full." So in the love of God, when we live in the reality of it, joy comes, life comes, and temptation falls away. 1 Corinthians 10:13, "No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide the way of escape, that you may be able to endure it." So in that place of love, where we are abiding in faith in God, we have a way out of temptation because we are fully satisfied by Jesus. So let's think about, as we meditate on those words, how can we live in or abide in that love of Jesus so that temptation and sin has no power over us?